Everyone is talking about how AI is changing content creation, but I think the more important question is what AI is doing to the creator behind the content. Because when AI becomes the first place you go for every idea, every decision, and every moment of uncertainty, something subtle starts to happen. You may be creating content faster, but you may also start trusting yourself less. Every time you ask Claude or ChatGPT to think for you, you're training your brain to look outside of yourself for the answer. This weakens the one thing no AI tool can replace: your ability to trust your own judgment. And in a world where everyone has access to the same AI tools, self-trust may become one of the most valuable competitive advantages you can develop. This usually starts in a moment that feels completely harmless. You sit down to work on your channel, and before you've formed a single thought of your own, you're already typing into an AI chat. What title should I use for this video? What should I make next? Is this niche too broad? Should I even publish this? It feels productive. It feels efficient. You're getting answers fast. But notice what's happening underneath. The first move you make when you're unsure is to reach outside of yourself. And because everyone around you is doing the exact same thing, it doesn't even feel like a problem. It just feels like you're keeping up with the latest technology. But there's a difference between a creator who uses AI to move faster and expand their thinking, and a creator who can no longer think on their own or make any move without it. And I'm not saying this as someone who is anti-AI. I've been using AI since 2018, years before ChatGPT even existed. So I've spent a lot of time exploring what these tools can do. AI is incredible at pattern recognition, summarizing research, organizing ideas, automating tedious work, generating images for thumbnails, and doing many tasks that would have taken hours before. That's not what concerns me. The pattern that concerns me most is one I've started noticing in conversations with coaching clients recently. What I'm seeing is that YouTube creators have access to more answers, more information, and more guidance than ever before. And yet many of them seem to trust their own judgment less, not more. That's the shift I'm talking about. And it rarely happens all at once. Instead, it shows up in the way you use AI day after day. And over time, those habits can either strengthen your self-trust or slowly replace it. So let me walk you through the 3 ways self-trust starts to erode when AI takes over too much of your thinking. The first way self-trust erodes is dependency. It starts innocently. AI helps you think. You bounce an idea around. You get unstuck. You move on. That's a good use of the tool, and nobody would tell you to stop. But slowly, the relationship flips. You stop using AI to help you think, and you start using AI to think for you. What video should I make? What should my opinion be on this topic? Notice the jump there. Asking AI to help you sharpen an idea is one thing. Asking it to hand you the idea in the first place is something else entirely. You used to have a gut read on what your audience wanted, and now your first instinct is to check before you trust it. And this is the part that matters. Every time you ask AI what to think before you've decided what you think, you're weakening your decision-making muscles. It works like any other muscle. The less you use your own judgment, the weaker it gets. And the weaker it gets, the more you lean on the tool, which makes it even weaker. That's the loop. And it usually gets stronger before you even realize you're in it. Dependency is relatively easy to spot. What comes next is much harder to recognize. The second way self-trust erodes is you stop challenging ideas. This isn't about AI being wrong sometimes. AI is wrong sometimes, for sure. But that's not the real risk. The real risk is that you stop questioning at all. You stop asking, is this actually true? Do I agree with this? Is there another angle here? Is this advice consistent with what I see on my own channel? Instead, you just take the answer and run. When you stop questioning, your work starts to flatten. You sound a little more like everyone else because everyone else is pulling from the same source you are. The things that used to make your channel feel uniquely yours, your specific take, your lived experience, your way of seeing things, that all gets stripped away. Your audience can feel that. The moment AI becomes an authority instead of a tool, your discernment starts to weaken. This is where I always tell creators to trust but verify. Bring your own thinking to the table before you accept anything as final. The key is to stay mentally engaged while you read what AI gives you, instead of just blindly accepting it. The third way self-trust erodes is you start trusting AI more than you trust yourself. It builds slowly. You start questioning your instincts, then your ideas, then your judgment, then even your creativity. The thing that made you a creator in the first place. And one day you realize something uncomfortable. You trust AI more than you trust yourself. This is not a small shift. I mean, really think about that. You trust a tool more than you trust the person who's been building this channel, living this life, learning these lessons firsthand. The person who actually knows your audience because you've read every comment and watched every retention graph. That knowledge is real and it's yours. And somewhere along the way, you started overriding it with whatever AI said. And I'm not saying AI did that to you. The real issue is the outsourcing. One small handoff of judgment at a time until almost nothing feels like yours anymore. That's exactly why it's worth catching now, before it becomes the way you work. This is the point where most creators assume the solution is to pull back from AI completely. But I don't think that's the answer. The solution is not to reject AI. It's to change the role you are allowing AI to play in your thinking. The problem was never the tool. The problem is the job you've been giving it. Think about it like a team. So if you hire someone brilliant and let them make every decision for you, you don't get smarter, you get sidelined in your own business. But if you put that same person in the right seat, they make you sharper. AI works in the same way. You can use the same tool, but get a completely different outcome depending on how you use it. And once you see that, everything changes. Because now the question isn't how much you use AI, it's where AI sits in your process. So let me show you exactly what that looks like. I call these the AI Self-Trust levels. There are 4 levels, and each one reflects a different relationship between AI and your own self-trust. And these aren't permanent labels. You'll probably find that you move between levels depending on the situation. The question is, where do you spend most of your time? Level 1, AI decides. This is where self-trust is the weakest. You go to AI before you spend any meaningful time wrestling with the question yourself. You ask it what to make, what to think, what to choose. A video underperforms, and before you spend 5 minutes thinking about why, you're asking AI to analyze it. You feel stuck on what to create next, and instead of thinking through the question yourself, you hand the entire decision over to an AI chat. That's the danger of level 1. You're not just getting help from AI, you're letting AI become the starting point for your thinking and judgment. Level 2, AI validates. This one is sneakier because it feels responsible. You actually have an idea. You think it's good, but you're reluctant to move forward until AI confirms it. You're not outsourcing the decision anymore. You're outsourcing your confidence. And that's the trap of level 2. It looks like you're thinking for yourself, but you've still made the tool the final word on whether your own ideas are good enough. And to be fair, there's a spectrum here. Getting a second opinion isn't the problem. Sometimes AI can help you spot something you missed or strengthen a good idea. The question is whether you're using the feedback as input or treating it as the final verdict. Can you disagree with AI and still trust your own judgment? Or does its approval determine whether or not you're willing to move forward? Level 3, AI challenges. This is where AI starts strengthening your thinking instead of replacing it. Now you come in with your own thinking first. You've decided what you believe, and then you ask AI to push on it. Pressure test this. Where's the hole in my logic? What am I not seeing? Be a devil's advocate and argue the other side. At this level, you're not asking for permission anymore. You're using AI to reveal blind spots, test assumptions, and strengthen your thinking, because you know your idea gets stronger when someone pushes back on it. And the quiet thing that happens here is your confidence stops depending on agreement. You can hear a hard counterpoint and stay steady, because the decision was always yours to make. That's discernment getting stronger instead of getting replaced. Level 4, AI sharpens. Like level 3, this is where AI starts working with your judgment instead of replacing it. The core decision is already made. You trust it. Now you use AI to make it better, refine the wording, tighten the structure, or speed up the execution. AI isn't doing all the thinking, it's helping you express it more clearly and execute it more efficiently. This is the creator who may use AI constantly, but never hands over ownership of the decisions. What changes across these levels isn't how much AI you use, it's whether AI is replacing your judgment and self-trust or strengthening them. Before I go any further, I'm curious. Which level do you think you're operating from most of the time right now? Level 1, 2, 3, or 4? Let me know in the comments. And if you're not sure which level you're operating from, I created a free prompt called the AI Self-Trust Audit. You can paste it into the AI platform you use most, and it looks for patterns in how you actually use AI, not how you think you use it. It will analyze your AI usage patterns to help identify your primary level, your self-trust score, real evidence from your chats, and how to start using AI in a way that strengthens your self-trust instead of replacing it. You can grab it using the link in the description. But for now, let me give you a simple way to start noticing this in real time. Next time you open your favorite AI platform, before you type anything, ask yourself this one question. Which level am I operating from? Am I about to completely hand over a decision? Am I looking for permission before I trust what I already know? Or have I done my own thinking first and I'm bringing AI in to challenge it and sharpen it? And be honest with yourself here. A lot of creators, when they look closely, find they're operating mostly from level 1 or level 2 without even realizing it. And if that's you, you don't need to overhaul everything. You just need to shift the role AI is playing in that moment. Before your next prompt, write down your own answer first, even a rough one. Then bring it to the AI tool and ask it to challenge that answer instead of replace it. That one change, doing your own thinking before you reach for help, is what keeps AI in the role of thinking partner instead of decision maker. If this is the kind of mindset work you want to bring into the way you build your channel, subscribe for more videos on the mindset side of YouTube growth. Now here's where this gets bigger than AI. Everyone has access to powerful AI tools now. You, your competitors, even the newest creators who just started. So the edge is not just having AI anymore. The edge is the quality of thinking you bring to it. The creators who win in the AI era won't be the ones who use AI the most. They'll be the ones who know how to use AI without outsourcing their self-trust. And self-trust doesn't come from better prompts. It comes from how clearly you think, how confidently you decide, and whether you can stay connected to your own judgment under pressure. That's mindset. And the more I work with creators, the more I'm convinced that mindset is not a small piece of YouTube's success. It's the lever underneath almost everything else, which is exactly what my next video is about. In that video, I break down what I call the 10-30-60 rule and why mindset makes up 60% of the whole equation. Go watch that one next.